رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Mr. President and all the dignitaries sitting on the dais and those who are looking in the camera, I would like to congratulate iOS that it is paying a can say that performing a for the kafaya. Dr. Siddiqi spent so many years in Ali Muslim University. He was attached to many departments like economics, Islamic studies, and Quranic center and business administration. Of course, many small condolence meetings were held in Aligarh, but there was a need to organize an international level meeting on life and works of Professor Siddiqi. My association with him spreads over about 50 years. And when I just got introduction with him in 1973, then up to his departure in 2022. Of course, last few years when he was in USA and I was in Saudi Arabia still, we could not have a physical meetings, but sometimes we just talk. I joined under his supervision PhD on a topic which was first in the area of Islamic economics. That was economic concepts of Ibn Taymiyyah. All of us know personality of Imam Ibn Taymiyyah and his work, but what he has said about the economic problems, very few people know. Actually, when we took this topic for Siddiqi, we're not very sure that we'll get material so much that a PhD can be completed. He just asked me, just write an article about his economic ideas. And after consulting Ibn Taymiyyah's books, Fatawa, etc., I wrote about 20 pages. And looking this, he said, now I'm sure that PhD can be completed. I would like to mention here, there is a meeting, the Department of Islamic Studies is on the topic Islam in the Changing World. A scholar from Shibli Academy, Maulana Mujibullah Nadwi, came to attend the conference. I met him after introduction when I mentioned that I'm doing PhD on economic ideas of Ibn Taymiyyah. He told, as if you are collecting sugar from mouth of ant. And he was not very sure that material would be enough. When I'm just talking about my association with him, I remember so many things. Actually, what I did in Islamic economics, the area of my specialization, it was due to my Ustad, Dr. Siddiqi's a suggestion. He recognized, he realized that I can do better in this area of Islamic economics. So many times I wanted to shift towards Islamic banking, Islamic finance, but he just told me that according to your ground knowledge, it's better to do research on in this area. And also, so many times I consulted him to go to other institutions. For example, here in India, there is a college, Shah Jahan Poor Islamia College. There was a vacancy for a lecturer. I was still doing research. I asked Dr. Siddiqi, should I try to go there? He said, no, you should stay here, inshallah, and you'll get opportunities. The same way when I was working with him in a Center for Research in Islamic Economics, Turkey was established under Islamic Development Bank. So many people shifted even from our International Center for Research in Islamic Economics to that institute. When I mentioned this, he said, no, there, of course, you will go in the morning, just sign and return whether you are doing anything or not. And requires freedom and efforts. It is better to have to be in the university, King Abdulaziz University. And so also I did not go there. All these things, when I think about my star, my teacher, I just I feel that it is because of his efforts I am what I am now. When Dr. Siddiqui not only just wrote on Islamic economics, tried to promote academically, but he just draw the attention of many scholars and try to introduce Islamic economics to them and bring them to the area of Islamic economics. For example, Marhum Osaf Ahmad, who later on became a staff member of IRTI because of his introduction and because of drawing his attention to attend second international conference on Islamic economics. And also he drew the attention of Professor Zubair Ahmad towards this subject. And many other scholars were have done so many things in Islamic economics because of his effort. He was in the steering committee of first international conference on Islamic economics, which was held at Makkah. He tried to bring some people in this conference so that they should know what Islamic economics has done, what how much work has been done in this area. One such person was the chairman of economics in Aligarh Muslim University, because these people are not taking Islamic economics seriously, or saying it is just a talk of a few people. So, because of his efforts, the chairman attended this conference, was influenced by the work, but still, he was not very much sympathetic, maybe because of being in the same department. As Shahullah Dehelvi has said, Al-Muasara Sabul Munafara, sometimes contemporary people do not like the others to go forward. So, although you see another scholar and his co-associate in the field of Islamic economics, Dr. Fadur Rahman Faridi, was not very hopeful and was against such kind of things, because he knew the people, their nature. Now, when I just mentioned Dr. Fadur Rahman Faridi, I feel that both were, although doing lot of efforts to promote Islamic economics and Islamic ideology, but there are very much difference between the two on certain topics, certain areas. And I feel that there should be at least a conference or at least a collection of papers on life and work of Dr. Fadur Rahman Faridi, also. And iOS may launch this thing, especially because Dr. Fadur Rahman Faridi and was after retirement associated with the iOS. He was uh, editor of its journal, a member of different bodies, and he was, as Dr. Alhamdulillah Siddiqi mentioned, he was the teacher and supervisor of Dr. Manzoor Alam, as well as my teacher in the Legal Muslim University. Dr. Siddiqi was not very much happy with the way the Islamic economics and banking is moving forward. This is clear from his different articles on Warruk, INA, etc., which are not very much participatory. In the fifth Islamic conference, international conference, which was held in Bahrain, he was very hopeful that Bahrain, being a hub of Islamic banking and finance, there will be interaction between Islamic scholars of Islamic economics and banking, and the practitioners. But to his dismay, there was no such interaction, such meetings. And when he returned to Jeddah, he wrote just about his impression on the conference, and the topic was "Who cares?" where he mentioned how the practitioners stay in one direction and the academicians, researchers in the other directions. While remembering our professor, our ustad, I very thankful to iOS that it not only organized an international conference, but it produced papers of that conference, which will be a very important guidance for the followers of Dr. Siddiqui and to the coming generation. With these words, I would like to thank again. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله بالعالمين.